People talked about Reverend Benjamin, and I worked with Reverend Benjamin before working for Reverend Benjamin. We're very close friends. I do prefer to be called Mr. Robinson. I had a nickname that I went by on the street that almost ruined my life. So I just changed it over to something nobody ever called me, and that was Mr. Robinson. And for me, it was some way I had to conduct myself. Nobody had ever called me Mr. in my life. I've been called all kind of things, numbers and all kind of things, but not Mr. And he helped me out. He mentored me. He's been more than a friend to me. You know, I have a son that is 27 years old that has life without the possibility of parole. We'll never get out in case God does something about that. And I couldn't handle that last year. You know, I couldn't handle it. I didn't have any tools to handle it. And I share with some of the guys that come looking for employment that you gotta want more than just a job. Because that's all I wanted. I wanted a job, but I'm a complicated person, and the job don't fulfill 24 hours for me. And what I found out from being next to Reverend Benjamin and working inside this church, you know, everybody says Pastor Dean is quiet and humble. He's another great friend that God's put in my life. It's by no coincidences that I worked outside of the church. I needed a church in my life. I needed God in my life. You know, I went through some things, some hard times last year. Had to go to the rehab, lost my housing, and the Rev had been there every step of the way. He never turned his back on me. He never judged me. And I'm grateful for that. You know, the guys that come looking for work, you know, most of them, I know these guys from somewhere, usually the other side of the fence. And I try to shape and mold them and work with them. And, you know, we have the processes that you go through, the screening, the job readiness piece as far as what it's going to take, what kind of equipment you're going to have to do, what it is that you need to do to conduct yourself, and any problems. We try to bridge that whole bridge through the transition so the contractors and the developers can get people that's going to work. You know, Sean was talking about his opportunities, and me and Sean go back a long ways, you know, and to see where he is today, focused, how the community has benefited from you developers that come in. You know, Gary Shea, is so good to see you tonight. You know, Raymond, Carlos, you know, these are guys that got to know Mr. Robinson before they ever saw me, from continuously calling, continuously asking for opportunities for these residents of Hempstead and surrounding communities. The Rev and me are very serious about when you guys get opportunities, taking advantage of it. You know, over at Twin Oaks, we used to have a joke, and a lot of the guys used to say, if you see Mr. Robinson and Reverend Benjamin coming at the same time, somebody's getting removed from the job. And that was kind of serious, you know, because when we both had to go over there, either we had gotten a call or somebody wasn't doing what they was doing. But as he said, you know, Gary Shea and the Castronovas and all of these other companies that was giving opportunities, sometime when we came to remove people, they would say, give us another couple of weeks to work with them, don't let it go yet. And that's something to say about that they get involved and they start having a heart to try to help. So you guys are seeking employment right now, you guys that are working, it's more than just you. I always talk about this in workshops. It's more than just you. There's somebody upstate right now or in the federal penitentiary that would like to have an opportunity when he comes home. Don't close that door on him. You go to work. You don't go to make phone calls. You don't go to do those things. You show up, you do your best, you be open and willing to learn, and you have Reverend Benjamin, you have the young lady Sophia back there. You guys have support if you struggle. You know, I want to just share with everybody, it's a great event. I thank everyone for coming out tonight. But more so than anything, you need more than a job, man. A job only put money in your pocket. You have to get closer with God. You're going to have to be men. You're going to have to start stepping up and taking care of your children. If you don't take care of your children, that is one of the stipulations that the Reverend will release you from a job. So I just want to say to you guys, I believe in y'all, man. I'm still around. I'm a phone call away if you ever need me. And that's for anybody in this room. You know, Julius just was talking about it. Tomorrow's not promised to any of us. I got so sick last year. I was in the hospital for 2 months. And I had something called MRSA. I still really don't know what it was, but I've seen some people die from it since I got out of the hospital. So if nobody told you they love you today, I love everyone in the room.